Put it in the air like the motor hit the road.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler Ball Club entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start. I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Lane opens here. He's past the 30.
So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your sock. Off 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
The 29-yard line.
McCarthy off the play fake.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the result. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago, 21 carries, 70 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game has to be established again this week.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's going to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, what was that, 5 last week?
Yeah.
But 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick? But I'm betting that he continues to streak in this game.
Now he's free at the 35.
All the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there.
That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Tyler Luke now for the extra point.
He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Steelers 3.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Steelers offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop. This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
To the air with McCarthy. Got an open man. It's Pickens.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
Here's Daniel Whelan now.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes, right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Luke now for the extra point.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
19, Tiger, 19.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
Now McCarthy.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 4th down.
In punt formation.
And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
15. Hey, Ripley. Attack.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Now Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And got his man complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos are able to add on to that lead.
So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
On his loop for the extra point.
And it's 21-3. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. after the touchdown. Luke back out to kick this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Steelers offense had J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. And he continues to show off his ability to run the football when the opportunity is right. He is the NFL leader in rushing yards from the QB position. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
47-yard line.
Throwing is McCarthy. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Jalen Carter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get it behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. LeBlanc. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And it's caught. A great open field tackle that's going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, that discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's McCarthy. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
Back to throw. McCarthy. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Mahomes. It's caught by Mike Evans. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
At the 7-yard line.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Broncos are able to add on to their first-half lead. Luke now for the extra point.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
Oh, good return up past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
It's so educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Dixon. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
The Broncos offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get this out to the 30-yard line. Here's Here's Mahomes to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Yellow, yellow. Yellow. Hey, 57 colors, 57 colors.
Mahomes going to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1.
So past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd. Quarter. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. As we transition into the second half of the season, you can see he's the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 25-yard line.
Now here's Mahomes. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Broncos first down.
They'll run on first down. LeBlanc. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. 2nd and 10.
At the Steelers' 42-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. LeBlanc. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Airing this one out for Evans. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Mike Evans, 42 yards. And the Broncos extend their lead yet again. On the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
On his loop for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. Shifts by him. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And that one blown up quickly. He's got to be stopped before he can even get started. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards. On the ground, it's Cruz. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results They just aren't there.
Here we go.
McCarthy operating from the gun. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now a give, right side. LeBlanc. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. 40 yards.
And the Broncos have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. The Steelers ready for their next possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Max Crosby. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Dixon, complete. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
And the Steelers on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 37.
That's good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Go get him! Go get him! Go get him!
Hands it off out of the gun.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play.
2nd and 9 now. And he's got his man on the out route. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That's a gain of 6.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And it is caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They'll try to run this one right up the gut. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Let's go.
It'll be Cruz here on the carry. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Spencer Schrader now on to try the field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The visitors' offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. But it's going to be hard to parse. It's going to be
it really is.
It's going to be a runner. It's going to be a thrower. Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
There for the tackle was Trent McDuffie.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a good run here as he'll run all the way down to the 40-yard line. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. On 1st down, LeBlanc. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. They run the counter. LeBlanc. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 246 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. LeBlanc. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
2nd down and 8.
Yellow.
Mahomes going to throw it here.
Delivering a pass here to Evans on the out route.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Easy.
On 3rd down, LeBlanc. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And with that last run, that's going to move him over 1,000 yards rushing now for the year. So a nice milestone to hit in what has been an exceptional season on the ground. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So it's a high 5 for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game as he draws ever nearer to potentially making a run at an NFL record.
Mahomes will throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
60 Eagle.
Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're able to get this one across. The 35. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Broncos,
they continue to cruise as they move